Okay. Hello, everyone. Yes. So people are still joining. So this webinar is actually planned for a NEET students or NEET aspirant, right? So I'm waiting the others to join the things. So here, once we start that, okay. Okay, everyone. Okay, let's end the thing. We'll start in 2 minutes, everyone. Okay, I request all to turn on your camera. Everyone, please turn on your camera so we can start this webinar with great enthusiasm. Okay. So here we're starting the things. So please, it's a request from my side to turn on your camera. It will be the best thing for the interaction purpose, right? Yeah. Okay. So before we start, this webinar is all about the last 3 months strategy for the NEET PCB. I'm going to talk about all the subjects what we have, right? That is physics, chemistry, and bio. So when you're gonna talk about this seminar, it's all about the last 3 months strategy regarding these things, right? So everyone are ready for it? Yes. So let's start with a great enthusiasm. Okay. So when you talk about the last 3 months strategy for the NEET, that is, we have a question, right? Sir, it's already last 3 months. How can we do it, right? So the objective of this webinar is for the effective 90-day plan for the PCAB, not only for biology, it's for the PCAB. So here, my name is Sumit Mahadik, and I'm going to start about this webinar, okay, in detail. So here we go regarding the same thing. So what are the common mistakes the students make in the last 3 months? That is very, very important. We have to understand first, and then we actually understand what is actually the impact of that, right? So those students are live with me. Please interact with me. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a like whatever the doubts you can share with me. Okay, everyone. So first of all, tell me one thing. What are the common mistakes the students are doing in last 3 months? First of all, they're very doing random studying there, jumping between the topic without a structure plan. That's the problem, right? So we need a structure plan to do or to conquer what we actually want. Okay. So before we actually dive into the more in detail, let's understand the thing. And let me tell you one thing, this webinar is designed for you to understand in a proper way. So see, everybody is studying, but how to study effectively, how to manage all these subjects, that is very important point over here. Okay, that is gonna we are going to talk about. So in your screen, you can see that, right? What we're talking about? We're talking about the common mistake that students are doing in the last 3 months. So first is the random study. So yes, like students are like, आज मैंने ये पढ़ना है, फिर next time मैं ये पढ़ूंगा. No, we don't have to do like that. That is a very problematic thing. And we can't ignore the NCERT, right? Because 80 to 85% of the NEET biology comes directly from the NCERT. We can't ignore it, right? Then the third point, overloading with the too many sources, right? We have this notes, we have that kind of YouTube channel we are following, we have this uh, booklet to study, our friends notes are giving, so there are too many sources and it can be create a confusion, right? So PYQs or NCERT should be your top priority. So first of all, the top priority in bio, if I'm talking about the biology, your first priority should be the NCERT. That is more important. Then non-practicing, not practicing the enough MCQs. This is also the students making the mistake. They just read the NCERT or notes, but they are not doing the actual practice that is needed for the for what, for actually how much they have grasped. They don't understand that. Okay, for that purpose, we need to understand we should practice more and more MCQs. Okay, and the week time management, that is a very crucial thing. You know what? How many of students are follow the full timetable from the day one? Yes, they are started with a great enthusiasm, but बाद में पता चलता है कि नहीं ये follow नहीं कर पा रहा, right? So time management is very important thing. Okay. Yes, for physics, NCRTC, I'm talking mostly priority on the biology first, then chemistry, and then physics. So I will clear all the doubts. See, first of all, we know that in NEET, the biology subject is a very important thing. And how can we score with the NCR? But the problem is that in NCR also, when we reading something, the things are little superficial, right? So we need to do extra something. So I will come on the point what you have to go through the each subjects. Okay, so I will tell you in detail about all the subjects, not only the one. Okay, so here we go again. So these are the common mistakes that students are performing during this. Because क्या होता है, टाइम कम रहता है, ये पढ़ना है, वो पढ़ना है, सीबीएसई कोर्स भी आ रहा है, एवरीथिंग इज जम्बल अप. So first of all, we have to prioritize what we actually gonna do. Okay, so these mistakes we should not do. That is the first introduction I put forward in front of you regarding these are the mistakes, and we have to avoid these mistakes, right? So first of all, let's start with understanding this mistake, so everybody understood this mistake, right? So I will request all to turn on your camera on. Okay, so here we go. The next thing we're going to talk about is strategy versus the random study. Now, just we have discussed one thing, right? What we have discussed, that we are doing the random study. Today we are taking biology, then suddenly we take chemistry, suddenly we take physics formulas and all to remember. This will create a haphazard manner, which create actually the problem. How? So let's understand with the example. So we have a student A and student B. Okay, see, tell me one thing. Everybody can study for 12 to 14 hours, but what is the problem? If it is not direction, if the student have not a proper direction, then it will be a problematic. Don't you think so? Yes, we can study for more than 10 hours for sure. But if it is not effective, there is no use. So instead of hard work, we should prefer the smart work with the time, proper time management and what to do. What are the weak areas we have to work on it. So suppose student A is there. Okay. So student A studies in a very random manner. One day focus on the biology, next day suddenly he take the chemistry, suddenly like he has to take the physics formula for mugging up. Okay, and the student B is he is a follow 3 month follow structure plan where high yield topics. What are the very important topics? Okay, solving the PYQs daily, taking the mock test regularly. So can you tell me, student A is also intelligent, student B also intelligent. But what is the difference between that? Tell me, who will be score higher according to you? Tell me. You can tell me answer in the chat box. Yes, yes. Student A is there, student B is there. They both are doing the hard work. Okay. But B is doing in a proper structure manner, and the A is also doing the proper structure manner, but in very irregular manner. Obviously, the student B, definitely the student B will not having the good marks. Why? He's also intelligent, but what is the problem? He don't perform the time management and the regular exercise that makes the memory stronger. Okay, so these are the things. So this webinar, I just structured in such a way that you can work on this. Okay, now I know that majority of the students, they love the biology, right? Definitely, because they read and all, but they forget little physical chemistry and the physics. So ultimately, the game changer will be physics, right? So how to do that also, I will talk on that. Yes, Bhakti, correct answer. The planning with the high scoring topics and studying them, it's very important. Yes, I want you also interact with me, guys. Okay, thank you. Okay, now I'm talking in general right now. First of all, 3 months study plan breakdown. First, phase one, you should be strong foundation should be there. The foundation should be very strong. revise the NCERT thoroughly, right? Now, NCERT thoroughly has to be read every line and highlight important topics that we have written over there, right? Then the concept-based learning, focus on the weak areas. If you know the concept, if the question is flipped or trigger or like little tough, you can answer it, right? Then practice 90 MCQs per subject per day. See, I'm talking in general right now. Then after this, I will talk subject wise. So first focus on general plan. What is the general plan? Practice 90 MCQs per subject. मतलब 100 तो होना ही चाहिए, right? Then make short notes and NCERT diagram for a quick revision. Whatever you're reading, okay, suppose you learn one topic, one concept for 1 hour. So make sure you're making a flow chart properly because you can't read that again for 1 hour. You can't waste it 1 hour again, right? So make sure you're doing the flow chart and quickly revise it. Okay. Then for the biology, obviously, again, the same question or same statement. Read NCRT and PYQ. Sir, there is a one question from the student majority. Sir, if I do PYQs from the biology, can I get full marks? Yes. What will be your answer regarding the same question? Yes. Anybody want to answer for this? If suppose one student is performing or only emphasizing on the PYQs, only PYQs. So is there a higher chances that he will get scored more? Right? Unpredictable, right? Yes, unpredictable. Why? Because PYQs give the direction. This concept is important. We have to work on this. But sometimes question can be flipped, right? So your concept should be clear. PYQs is giving the direction, proper direction, that in this direction you have to go to get the answers. And main thing, the people are get confused. The students mostly, even in yes, exactly. The students are getting more confused regarding the assertion reasoning. And this is the challenging one. So how can you give the assertion reason? Your concept is clear, then only that, right? So while reading NCERT, if you want to highlight some points, definitely you're highlighting it. But what happened? हम क्या करते हैं सब पॉइंट्स हाईलाइट कर लेते हैं तो सब इंपॉर्टेंट हो गया राइट सो ये नहीं करना है व्हाट वी हैव टू डू इफ यू सॉल्व द PYQs once read the NCERT, solve the PYQs, you get the idea. Oh, this concept is important. Then you can underline more the things. And assertion reason, you have to solve it because it will create a impact on it. Why? Because it actually gives the idea you understood that concept or not. So assertion reasons are very, very important. Okay, so Tejas is asking, sir, how to manage NEET along with the boards, right? This question, I was expected this question. See, I was literally expected this question, and I really thanks that Tejas you asked me this question. Okay, so yes, boards are coming. You are preparing for the boards, and you have to give the NEET as well. So 1 month sir हमारा तो ऐसे ही चला जाएगा in boards. Okay, so how to utilize it very effective? If you see your timetable, you have little time in between. Like for bio, you have more time for chemistry or something, right? So what we can do? That time you can perform one thing. See, ultimately you're preparing for board. In case of biology, you're preparing for board. Definitely you are switching on with the NCERT. That is a Bible, right? Yes or no? That is act like a Bible. So if you're doing NCERT thoroughly or revising the concept, the same thing is gonna come at the NEET, but definitely the level will be different, right? So एक problem solve हो गया. क्या solve हो गया हमारा कि हम in case of bio, we are reading the NCERT for that. Then for chemistry and for chemistry and physics, ultimately you're revising for the board, right? Suppose आपके board में, for example, biology paper is having 10 days gap, for example. Okay. Now in whole 10 days, definitely in early mornings till the evening, you can study the biology. What is comes for the board? Definitely you're reading and all things. Then take a break and try to solve the more and more MCQs, what kind of topic you have done in the morning session. Are you getting my point? I will tell you at the end of the that things also. Okay, day wise thing. Okay, so let's go to the next thing. Again, I'm telling you assertion reason we have to solve it because that is a more challenging and give you the idea this concept is clearly understood or not. Okay, that is the assertion reason. Then phase two, second month. In second month, you have to do the intensive practice. Okay, subject-wise test, you can go for daily practice for PCB. Okay, the timing you can change accordingly. Then see, already in first month you read the biology because I can understand that those who are preparing for NEET, they have fond of the biology, right? They really continuously read the biology. But in biology, you are forgetting one unit that is ecology, right? It's starting initially it was so boring, but some of the questions are covered from that as it is, right? So we should not ignore that ecology part as well. Okay. In chemistry, organic, inorganic, you have to do the practice, right? See, again, I'm telling right now, I'm talking in general. Now, phase three, that is month three, mock test and peak performance. See, tell me one thing. In phase one, you're doing the strong foundation. That is a very, very important. Your foundation should be very clear and crisp. With this, reading of NCERT, PYQs, and assertion reason. For bio, NCERT is must. For chemistry, also NCERT is must. You can read you can get the ideas from the reaction purpose, right? Then assertion reason that gives the idea about what kind of concept you are grasping. Then subject-wise test you can go for month two, which is intensive practice should be there. Then in third month, that is you have to perform the mock test and peak performance. See, tell me one thing. Now, right now, you're performing different subjects studying, right? Yes or no? But during the NEET exam, you have to give all the subject. You have to deal with all the subject in that particular time period, right? So you have to work on that. So daily full and NEET mock test paper with OMR. That is very important, right? What happened? You know the answers, but with the what we can say the stress or that driving force, you maybe mark some wrong answer. You have to practice that with calmness. You have to mark that answer because you are only getting one chance to mark it, right? So that is also important. Okay, so these are the general thing I just talk about it. Right now let's deep dive into the subject wise thing that I told you. So when you talk about the biology, it's a 50% of the NEET high scoring. Sir, what we have to do in this case? Obviously, you have to read the NCERT. Definitely, you have to read the NCERT, but you have to read the PYQs and assertion reason as well. Okay, so NCERT line to line revision should be there. So how many times we should read the NCERT? The students ask me every time. So what will be the count? Tell me. Those who are present in my session, tell me how can you give this answer. How many times should you read the NCERT? कितनी बार एनसीईआरटी पढ़नी चाहिए कि आपका कंसेप्ट क्लियर हो जाए? Can anybody? Yes. How many times I read up till now? Yes. Okay, I got the one response. 6 to 7 times. Okay, Bhakti is saying 6 to 7 times. Okay. Some students are saying infinite time, 10 plus. Okay, okay. These are the okay. I expected these answers, right? Okay, okay. So majority when you reading the NCERT three times, minimum three times, you get idea what is exactly there. Okay. But when you go for four times, five times, or six times, the particular topic or particular thing, you actually memorize the things. Right? Initially, your brain accept what is given. Initially, we are very lazy. Oh, this much you have to read. Okay, chalo, let's push yourself. The second time, yeah, I know this concept. Let's go to it. Third time, you know this and you're grasping more and more because your memory based things are going good thing, right? That is a very important thing. So minimum 3 to 4 times, but maximum you can go for 5 to 7 times. Okay, that must one chapter, whole chapter thoroughly have to learn properly from there, right? But how can you check that you have read properly? See, now there is a era of the AI tool. Okay, what should I do in this case? You can do one thing. Suppose you are reading one passage from the NCERT, you find मुझे ठीक ठीक पता चला, इतना ज्यादा भी नहीं पता चला. So what I can do in this case, copy down that thing. See PDF. I'm talking about the NCERT PDF right now. Okay, so you can copy down, go to the Chat GPT, ask Chat GPT regarding the same thing, give the prompt that give me assertion reason from this passage that you selected and try to give 10 or 20 and make level difficult and difficult. You can do this. Okay. So what's going to happen in this case? Whatever you have learned, you can check cross-check very easily. See, you can use other resources also for sure, but you have to quickly check what you grasp from there. You can do this thing, isn't it? So you can use AI tool for this purpose also, right? Yes. So then use mnemonics and the mind maps. I told you when you're reading something first time or second time, you make a flowchart. Flowchart give the access to read those same thing within the few minutes. Don't you think so? Yes, we have to revise the thing. For example, if I ask you spermatogenesis or the oogenesis, you should don't name what from where it started. So that flowchart is very important. So have you noticed whenever you do the flow charts, it gives the access to read it very easily, right? Yes, yes. Tejas is sharing the his experience. Yes, Tejas, you can be unmute and you can share your things. How can you use the chat GPT? You can go ahead. Yeah. Yes, Tejas, please unmute and you can tell me. No issue.
Okay, sir. Good evening.
Okay. Good evening. Yes, yes, yes. You want to share the
सर
experience, right? Hmm.
हाँ सर मैं ये बता रहा था कि चैट जीपीटी हेल्प मी अलॉट इट आल्सो प्रोवाइड्स कॉम्प्रिहेंसिव नोट्स ऑफ एवरी चैप्टर्स I have
Correct,
used
correct.
it in bio, in organic chemistry also. It
Right,
also
right, right.
provides the physical and chemical properties of the compounds
Correct,
in
correct, correct.
very organized
Yes.
way. So it
Okay,
was
Tejas, thank you for sharing your experience. Very good
okay,
from
sir.
your side. Yes. So
Mhm.
what has Tejas said that he used to do that. He used the passage, whatever you have read, just copy paste it. Make sure you are giving the assertion reason or the for same subject. See, I'm talking about you can use anyway. AI tools are now tremendously present, right? You can check on it, but I don't want you should rely totally on it. Okay, try to understand that is just to cross check what you have done. Okay, okay, thank you, Tejas. Now you can use the diagram based revision. Now can you tell me, if you draw the heart or kidney or photosynthesis DNA replication kind of diagram in front of, there are numerous questions from any aspect they can ask you the questions. Okay, so you have to work on that as well. Then again, assertion reason and statement based questions are the one actually trick you. So make sure your concept should be thoroughly understand everything from the biology. Then chemistry, physical chemistry, inorganic, organic. So I will prefer, as my thing, suggestion from you, I will prefer go for the organic, right? And those who are thoroughly preparing for the NEET, they have little resistance towards the formula based questions, that is totally physics and physical chemistry. So we have to work on it. Okay. So how we can work on it? We can use a flashcard for the reactions, for the periodic trends, right? And obviously PYQs and the mock test are the key in chemistry. Try to understand that. In biology, what we can say, NCERT has to be this much time, but you have to revise it again, right? But in case of chemistry, you can go for PYQs and definitely the mock test, right? Now, the students may be asked, sir, for chemistry, NCERT is enough. So my answer for this is you can rely on the NCERT, but you need to solve many PYQs and a mock test because the same reaction can be asked in a many different way. Are you getting my point? Because biology theory based, this is the reaction based thing, so they can ask in different way type. So you to understand everything in detail, so for that you need a practice. Okay, yes. Now let's move to the physics as a game changer, practice more. So now tell me one thing, those who are present, how many of you actually like the physics? Tell me. Yes, how many of you like the physics? I know the answer, but still I want to hear it from you. Okay, I got the answer. Not at all, or okay, okay. Yeah, this is a mixed answer. Yes, correct. Because those who are like loving biology, they just little away from the physics. But we have to manage it. We can't hate this subject because this is your game changer. What is needed? This subject, it is needed the practice. How can you practice this thing? Definitely. First of all, I always advise my students for a physics if they are like not liking it much, but we have to do it. So let's act like a challenge, right? So go for formula revision and concept application first of all. If you go thoroughly for this formula revision, because once you know the formula, you can solve it properly, right? Okay, so that on concept application should be there. And high yield chapters, just see, in biology you can cover all the topics, chemistry you can cover all the topics, right? Yes, but in case of physics, we are a little bit reluctant. Why we are reluctant? Because we don't like that, but we can't give this excuse, right? Because physics is the only one who actually game changer. So here we have to solve more and more MCQs regarding that, so it gives the direction. Okay, PYQs and mock tests with the time management practice is very important. Things are there. Okay. Okay, Bhakti, I will give you the answers. Don't worry about it. Okay, so now what can be resources used for that? You can use many resources for this purpose, right? But what is actually I'm stating here, you need the formula revision and the concept application again and again, right? And the time management. Now, let's talk about the writing and time management techniques. So, what are these techniques actually talk about? See, we have to follow the 45. What is states actually? 45 minutes for biology, quick and accurate. 45 minutes for chemistry, balanced theory and numerical, and 60 minutes for physics. See, have you noticed? हमने ज्यादा टाइम फिजिक्स को देना है. क्यों देना है? Because biology, I can trust you guys, you can doing better and better because you are actually fond of that subject. Chemistry also you can manage nice, no issue, but for physics we should not avoid that, right? For that, you have to give. See, this all we are talking about the 3 month strategy. सो आपने अभी तक क्या किया था, बायो के ऊपर ध्यान दिया है, केमिस्ट्री के ऊपर ध्यान दिया है, बट फिजिक्स आपने थोड़ा अवॉइड किया है. तो अभी इन लास्ट 3 months वी शुड नॉट अवॉइड इट. सो 60 minutes फॉर अ फिजिक्स वेर टाइम सेविंग ट्रिक्स फॉर न्यूमेरिकल्स. नाउ फ्रॉम वेयर यू गेट अ टाइम सेविंग न्यूमेरिकल्स? डेफिनेटली योर टीचर, दोज आर रिस्पेक्टेड टीचर्स, दे हैव मस्ट share these tricks, right? Or there are many resources, you can go for it, but make sure you are going for a high yielding chapters in physics priority. You have to maintain the priority for it. Then we have to do the OMR practice daily, reduce silly mistakes. Anybody have gone through this? अरे ऑप्शन बी ये था, सेकंड था, लेकिन मैंने थर्ड पे गलती से कर दिया बिकॉज ऑफ स्ट्रेस. ये हुआ है सबके साथ? हैपन दिस हैपेंस कि ये आ रहा है हमें बट ये मैं गलत करके आया. इज दिस हैपन? एनीबडी हैव यू एक्सपीरियंस दिस? यस एनीबडी? Yes, right. You experience this, right? Yes, yes. This happens. This happens. When we look at the bio first, then thoda sa we are relaxed. Then we go for chemistry. Then last is physics, right? So what happened during this shifting time? We get more stressful. So you should avoid this. How can you avoid this? Practice the OMR shade. That is very, very important. If you're not doing that, how much time you take to bubble or circle it, it's also matters a lot, right? You have to save each and time. See, I again telling you, this examination, this competitive examinations are to understand how much knowledge you have, how much intelligent you are, and how much applicable you are within that time period. Try to understand that within that time period we have to be very responsive, and within that time period we should understand what the question is asked for and what will be the accurate answer for it. So it is all about these things, and the main game changer is time management. So we have to work on it. Whatever reading you're reading for 14 hours, you're reading or studying for more than 16 hours, that's absolutely fine and that's appreciable. But ultimately, if you are not doing time management during that exam, then it will be a problematic. So for that purpose, we need to understand this thing, right? Are you getting my point? So we have to understand these things very clearly. Then never leave questions unattempted. Smart guessing strategy. अभी ये है ना, ये जो point है, never leave the question unattempted. Sometimes what happen? We don't know the answer. We just skip it, and we do all the things. And obviously, back of the mind, something is going on regarding that question. Okay, so you have to guess it. But if you are not sure about that question, obviously we should not go for the negative marking, right? So you have to, smart guessing strategy should be there. If you don't know the answers, it's fine, take a time little bit, but make sure if you are not 100% sure or not 50% sure about it, then you should not attempt that. Okay, that is very important. That decision making power should be you have. And when you can get that decision making power, tell me, when you practice more and more. So when you have you guys give the mock test, initially mock test performance and right now mock test performance, you can compare. It's a growth always, right? Because you understood time management chapters and all, right? Yes or no? So it's always up diagram when you talk about this. Then final days, we have to do the rapid revision. What is the rapid revision actually include? It's include the revise only through the mock. Are you getting my point? What is this point suggestive? Revise only through the mocks, PYQs, and NCERT highlights. Now, final days. Suppose I will tell you the last 10-day plan as well. Don't worry about it. But right now, I'm talking about final days. Suppose 20 days is there. Okay. And you're following that 3 month strategy. Now, tell me, guys, if in this period, if you go for the new concept or some new learning concept, so it will be create a problem. So avoid that. Don't do that. Month one is only for the foundation basic. Month two is for the intensive practice. Month three is all about the OMR sheet practice and all. Are you getting my point? So revise only through the mocks what you have given. Point. देखो हम जब भी mock test देते हैं, make sure after that paper whatever you made mistakes, avoid that mistakes in the next paper and make sure the concept which is learned. कभी कभी कैसा होता है, क्वेश्चन कभी पता ही नहीं चलता या फिर उस क्वेश्चन को समझो अच्छे से, or try to understand, learn from that question as well. Okay, try to do the connecting dot between that question. Sometimes in case of biology there are connecting dots, right? Some concepts are from two different things. For example, if I talk about a RAS mechanism, okay, and I'm talking about the adrenaline, so it comes not only from one chapter, it's come from different chapter perspective also, right? So we have to connect the dots, then boost the confidence and reduce the exam fear. guys, that is very important because ultimately आपने अभी तक बहुत सारे mock tests किए, right? So you should know, you have to handle that fear. See, again I'm telling you, this examination is all about how you manage the thing. That is the more important thing. Okay, and get proper sleep and avoid the burnout. What is that? If you're not following this thing, that if you're not giving proper rest to yourself, it is also problematic thing. Why? Because again, you are not able to focus properly. Are you getting my point? So sleep well, eat well, that is also mantra for this, right? Okay, then what is very important? Again, I told you, na, I will give the detailed one, subject wise. So again, we talk about the biologies, right? It's a 50% scoring, right? But tell me one thing, if I'm talking about some important topics, these are the important topics we can focus on. What they are? In ecology, see, many students I have seen, they don't even read the ecology section because उनको लगता है कि अरे this is the EVS, we can already have done this. No, don't do that. I understand that ecology unit is little bit boring, but if you read, then more than enough is there, right? And majority of the question, if you see, you can ask yourself after that in human physiology, in human physiology, in case of biology, you can ask some changes or flip the question. But in ecology, they know exactly what is there. So you should not avoid this topic. Okay. So what in that case? A bio, geochemical cycles, ecological pyramids, productivity, that you should know the rule, right? And the biodiversity in hotspot. Don't forget about that biodiversity hotspot. Okay. These questions also come in PYQs also, right? देन सबसे डर लगता है बायो में जेनेटिक्स से, क्यों लगता है डर? दिस इज सो वास्ट, राइट? प्रिंसिपल्स ऑफ इनहेरिटेंस एंड देन मॉलिक्यूलर बेसिस ऑफ इनहेरिटेंस, राइट? सो दिस टू चैप्टर्स आर एक्चुअली द जेनेटिक्स, राइट? So Mendelian, non-Mendelian inheritance, DNA replication, the process you should aware about it. Mutations. What are the, for example, if I ask you what is point mutation, for example, so you should know that concept. Okay. See, right now I'm talking about a strategy, so I can't go in detail regarding this question. Okay. Then pedigree analysis. These questions are short, right? Yes or no? Sex links, X links, right? This should pedigree analysis you should aware about it properly. Then human physiology is the more scoring one, right? The digestive is one is not there. Just forget about the digestive one. Circulatory, respiratory, nervous, and endocrine system, right? That we have to do it. This is not there. Okay, this is not there. So circulatory, respiratory, nervous, and the endocrine system, right? And diagrams are must over here. Now, have you understood that some questions are coming with the diagram-based question? They give the diagram and they ask you the question related to it, right? So we have to work on that also. Sometimes short information is not enough. We have to thoroughly understand that diagram. We should understand diagram. For example, some random diagram is there and they want to understand what is a tapetum over here. Okay, so that time you should know which layer should be tapetum. Okay, this I'm just giving the idea. Then biotechnology, you should not underestimate this topic, right? Because it conclude rDNA technology. PCR is also there. In PCR, you should know the temperatures, right? Variety of the temperature, which polymerase is used. Then biotechnological application in medicine and agriculture. Here is actually the questions are asking from the application base, right? Plant physiology, yes, that is also important, definitely. The photosynthesis and the respiration. I want guys you to study this thorough topics, photosynthesis and respiration, that Krebs cycle, all you should thorough. Where the ATP is formed, where the GTP is formed, which enzymes is used, right? You should know this. If you do this photosynthesis respiration, more than enough for a plant physiology, right? And plant hormones, what are the functions? Sometimes two hormones have the same functions. You also note down that thing. Okay. So these are the key focus areas for bio. Now let's talk about the daily practice. Already we have talked about flow chart and this. For example, the first month you are giving for the biology. So how can you do that? Segregate the topics. So first week for human physiology, full human physiology, genetics and biotechnology. Don't you think so? This is the high eating chapters I mentioned over here, right? Then second week, plant physiology and ecology and cell biology, you can go for it. And the third week, whatever you have done, you can go through that things. One short revision diagram also, you can do that. Are you getting my point? You can take a screenshot of this or anything you want to take, you can make a note of this. That is the, you can go for revision purpose, like human physiology combine it. First week you have to Give challenge to yourself. In first week, I will do this three topics, then this three topics, and in third week, I'm doing this. Again, you can revise the things. Okay. What is the golden rule? Again, I'm stating here, read NCERT, solve PYQs, revise notes, and repeat. That is very, very, very important. Okay. Now, let's talk about the chemistry. Now, chemistry is like, see, we have a golden chance for the bio because thoroughly NCERT. But now in chemistry, we have a moderate to high scoring. So why chemistry can be a game changer over here again? Divide into physical, inorganic, you already know that, right? So in NEET paper, this question can become 15, 15, 20, right? So can you say that organic chemistry is giving this much weightage? Okay. It can be changed. Okay. So now what we can do in a physical chemistry? What are the key concepts in physical chemistry? Formula based and numerical. These are the heavy things. So for the key concept, you can go for a mole concept, practicing it, atomic structure, numericals, you can practice thermodynamics, numericals, electrochemical numericals. This numerical basing chapters, you can solve it again and again. The formula based are thing. Once you know formula, once you know the converting factor which is responsible, then also you can go for it, right? Then daily practice, you have to do it, right? And revise problem solving techniques. See, I will tell you one thing. What the students do, they do the thing. For example, the one student is doing whole concept thoroughly. बहुत अच्छे से कर दिया. लेकिन उसके notes ही नहीं बनाया उसने. उसने whatever he practiced, he just made on the paper and just उसने paper को अच्छे से रखा ही नहीं. मतलब why? So what is the problem now? Whenever he want to revise, he have to revise all the things again. So make sure when you are reading something, when you are studying something, make sure the blank page should be besides you and you write the important notes, right? जैसे कि मोल concept में कुछ concepts होंगे, right? Converting factor आएगी, you should aware about it. Okay, then make a formula sheet, reactions, laws, and equation. Make sure that you should maintain your own notes. Okay, see, I can understand that right now this is the like from internet, from many sources, you get everything. But when you make your own notes while studying or while reading, it will give the more impact to the brain because you're giving that hint. Yes, this is important thing. That's why we're doing these things, right? And the practice makes the golden opportunity for it. Okay, so you have to work on that. Then in inorganic, obviously it's a theory based thing again. Then we can rely on the NCERT for this inorganic chemistry. So P block, T block is there, right? Then you can use a flashcard for reactions and periodic trends. You can go for it. Then in organic, again, I'm telling you, it's like maths, right? So key chapters are general organic chemistry. What are the rules, regulation for it? Hydrocarbons, alcohols, carbon compounds, right? Biomolecules. We have to work on it. Again, revise the mechanism of reaction. That is very important. You sometimes you know the reaction, but if you don't know the mechanism, then what is the intermediate? Sometimes the MCQ is based on the intermediate. What can intermediate you can expect from it, right? So this, when you get it, when you do the mechanism thoroughly, right? Again, the first week, second week, and third week, can you go through it? Physical chemistry, organic chemistry concept. In second week, you can go for inorganic, anorganic name reaction. That is also more important, right? Same questions, right? Okay. Golden rule, master the NCERT, revise the key reaction. Key reaction, how can you do that? Already P by Qs. It will be health P by Qs. Okay. That's are very, very important. Again, we're talking about the physics. Here in a detailed thing, it will be 15 easy, 20 moderate, and 10 tough numericals will be there. So now, how can you prioritize this subject? That is more important. 15 easy, 20 moderate, and 10 tough will be there. So you can leave 10. If you want to practice more, definitely you can achieve that as well. But try to understand in your own way. I can go for this topic. I can go for this topic for sure, short. So that particular topic chapter you should do thoroughly. Okay. Are you getting my point? So accuracy in solving question is a key in physics because point if the answer change hota hai, to it will be the wrong answer, right? So accuracy has to be maintained. See, in biology, you can have the guess things and all. In chemistry, you can have the approximate. But in physics, you need the accurate answer over here, right? Okay. So high yielding chapter, you have to must revise. So these are the chapters. Okay. See, I'm a biology faculty, right? So my more focus on biology, but we should not ignore these things as well, right? So you can mention this thing, you can make sure a note of this, you can take a screenshot of this, right? So I'm keeping this for a 5 seconds. Okay, you can take a notes from it or take a screenshot, no issue at all. Okay, but make sure you're doing this. See, These are the high yielding chapters. You have to focus on these particular areas. Make sure, see, you can do one thing. In a first month, if you're doing this physics, go for this much topic which is listed over here, for example, and try to solve the mock. If you get idea about it, like yes, we have done this, and definitely I'm getting this output. So you can go more and more practicing for the same thing. Again, I'm telling you, last moment पे दूसरे topic या फिर new concept, you don't go for it. Don't go for it. Whatever you have learned, make sure you're revising thoroughly again and again with a good direction. Okay. Now, again here, solve 20, 50 to 100 MCQs per day. Focus on numerical based questions. And we don't like numericals, right? That is the thing. So for that purpose, practice is needed. Calculation things is there. If you know some Vedic maths trick, you can use over here also. But approximation, for the approximation, you can go for Vedic maths. Okay. Then again, PYQs and the mock test. PYQs give the direction. This kind of concept will be come again and again. Okay. For first week, second week, third week, you can prioritize. You can go for this chapters like this. Always remember, after reading, you are practicing. If you're not practicing, it is not useful at all. Revise formulas, solve PYQs, and focus on the speed and accuracy. See, have you noticed? Again, I'm telling you, or again, I'm showing you something. In case of biology, what is the golden rule? Read NCERT, solve PYQs, revise notes. In case of biology, in my whole session, if you're not attentive, that's fine. But if you took this point very seriously, you can manage your time. Read NCRT for biology, solve PYQs and assertion reason. Then, if you go for the chemistry, what is mentioned over here? Master the NCRT, revise the key reactions. So, revise the key reaction with the PYQs daily. Try to understand that. Daily, you have to do it. Then, in case of physics, which is act like a game changer, they have written one. We have written here, revise the formulas, solve PYQs, and the speed and accuracy that matters a lot. In case of bio, you can go for it because very easily because you already done it. In chemistry, little speed will be less, but you can go for accuracy. And for the physics, if you talk about only particular formulas, particular chapters, then only attempt those things and go for the speed and accuracy. Both things work on you, right? Okay. These are the day-wise thing, month one, month two, and month three. You can see this. Now I'm going to talk about this very collective manner, summarized manner. See, whatever the timetable provided by the others, you are following very enthusiastically for 1, 2 days or maximum 10 days. But after that, you get reluctant. So make sure what are your weak areas and work on it. That is more important. So the month one, if you're talking about, it's all about the concept mastery. You have to revise and strengthen the weak areas. जो आपने नहीं पढ़े थे, वो हम कर सकते हैं यहाँ पे. Are you getting my point? Then 1, 2, that is level 2. Let's start talk about level 2. What is level 2 here? Time management and focus. Whatever you have read, we know that as a human psychology, whatever we have read, how much we grasp. Everybody has a different capacity of that. So how to check on it? So that is the time management and focus by solving the things. By simply look at the diagram and try to understand what concept you can recall from it. Are you getting my point? So that is also very, very important over here. Then level 3, that is month 3, we're talking about rapid revision and peak performance. See, firstly, make the concept should be concept foundation should be very what we can say enthusiastically read the concept very nicely, make a note, make a flow chart. This process is little slow. Then go for the full length paper practice after this, which actually work on your time management and focus. Okay. Then go for the rapid revision. Level 3 will be rapid revision. What we have learned that the flow chart, for example, you are making the flow chart for example, take example of organic chemistry. You are make one flow chart for all the reaction. So go thoroughly about it. Now क्या कर सकते हैं उस flow chart को बाजू में रख के खुद से reaction लिखने का try करना. Then whatever you remember, you understood that. Okay, and accordingly on the same thing you can make a MCQs on that. Okay, you can work on it. Then peak performance. What do you mean by peak performance? Whatever we have done, how much you grasp and how much accurately you can go for it. That is important. यहाँ पे क्या प्रॉब्लम होता है पता है कि कंसेप्ट पता होता है कभी कभी बट द असर्शन रीजन में अगर प्रॉब्लम क्या होगा अगर हमने अंडरस्टैंड नहीं किया व्हाट इज गिवन प्रॉपर्ली देन ओनली इट्स प्रॉब्लमेटिक. I have seen many students doing wrong thing. Why? Because they haven't read not. If the question कभी कभी होता है ना क्वेश्चन में नॉट ऐसा लिखा होता है, बट हम पढ़ते ही नहीं, हम क्या करते हैं, अरे ये तो मैंने पढ़ा है, चलो लेट्स डू इट. नो, read that question, take little time, 1 2 seconds for it properly, and while reading the question from the paper, make sure you are underlining the not word or something. You make sure, you should make that habit, right? जैसे ही नॉट लिख के मार्क करना या फिर अंडरस्टैंड करना, नॉट बोला मतलब उसका अपोजिट आंसर हो. ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड दैट इट इज, आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट द बायोलॉजी, ठीक है? ये चीज याद रखना. ओके, सो दिस आर द things to boost up your performance. See, again I'm saying these are the strategy. You can follow it, but until unless your willpower is not there, you can't do it. Are you getting my point? So you should go accordingly your weak areas. Make sure your weak areas should be firstly focus. Then you go for the practice session for that. Then final exam week strategy. अभी क्या हो रहा है ना, आपकी फाइनल है, चलो 7 days बचे, क्या करेंगे अभी इसमें? क्या करना है, डेली 3 hours mock test should be there. Okay, last 3 days you don't go for the other things, go for revised notes, NCERT highlight formula, whatever you have done. Don't go for the next things apart from it. Whatever the resources you use, make sure आपको लगता है कि for this chapter there are 4 resources like this notes, make sure आपको जो लग रहा है कि यही notes important है वही में पढ़ना है, ठीक है? अभी next कुछ extra नहीं पढ़ने जाना. Try to understand that. And night before the exam, make sure you are relaxed, sleep well, and stay confident. That is more important. If you're not giving rest to your body, it will be difficult for you to understand. Are you understanding what I'm trying to convey? Because see, under the stress, sometimes whatever you know, you forget, or whatever you wanted to give 100%, you're not able to give that. So make sure you sleep and eat well. That is very, very important thing over here. Okay, now I'm going to talk about the day-wise study plan for the last 7 days. Okay, now we have done these things or all. Now we are relaxed. Yes, I've done these things, whatever we have done up till now. Now, last 1 week is remaining. I'm specially talk about this because majority of the students, they have done a lot of hard work or smart work, but at the end, this 7 days or the 1 week before the exam is very, very crucial. You have to be stay focused, and you don't have to be get demotivated with the any false information or something, right? Yes. Okay. I will address the stages in 2 minutes. Okay. So I'm talking about the last 7 days. जिसमें क्या होगा, biology. I'm talking about biology, physical, organic, all things are there. You can go through this as well, but I'm talking in the summarized manner. In 7 to 5 days, it's a revision plus mock test. Okay, your revision along with your mock test should be very, very useful over here. Okay, revision, what you have done, go, let's go for the mock test. In mock test, suppose you score less, for example, okay, fine, absolutely fine. Don't get demotivated. Whatever the wrong or whatever the mistakes you have done, make sure you're making a list of it and working on it. Getting my point? Don't get demotivated at that time, whatever you have done, because otherwise it will be very difficult to handle all these stress. So this is the last 7 days or last 1 week or 2 weeks. It's actually for the stress management more effectively, because obviously exam pass में और हम थोड़े से क्या हो जाते हैं, डर जाते हैं, right? We have to take control of over the fear, right? So that time, what you can do, whatever you have done, you have to revise. Okay, very calm and cool mind you have to make, and you have to revise along with a mock. Okay, day 4 and 3 error analysis. Again, I'm telling you. See, have you noticed 7 day? मतलब मैं उल्टा काउंट कर रहा हूँ. Okay, I'm counting in opposite manner. Day 7 and 5 to 7, only 2 days. मतलब अगर है that time only you have to solve the mock test. Then you don't have to go for the mock test, because if you get a less mark, it will be demotivated you. So we don't want to do that, right? So whatever you've done, accept that thing and go ahead. So day 4 to 3 error analysis, whatever you have done in that mock test or something, you have to analyze it and focus revision on that particular topic, particular area, particular things, right? See, I'm not talking about chapter right now, I'm talking about a topic, because already you have done thoroughly the things. Now you know where I'm lacking exactly, this calculation or this point or this law or something, right? So you can work on that. Okay. Then day 2, suppose there are only 2 days are remaining. What is the thing over here? Final brush up key revision. So what are the flow chart, chapter wise flow chart? Chalo, I am ready. For example, this is the paper, and there is a flow chart on this. Okay, for particular chapter. So I'm doing thoroughly. That's done. उसके बाद उसको देखना ही नहीं है लास्ट यूजेस में, राइट? बार बार नहीं करना. ऑलरेडी यू हैव डन वेरी थरोली. नाउ जस्ट एक बार पढ़ लिया, खत्म बात, राइट? मेमोराइज, ट्राई टू मेमोराइज ऑल दी फॉर्मूला. ओके, कैसे करोगे? एक ब्लैंक पेज लो, वट एवर यू रिमेम्बरिंग पर्टिकुलर दैट चैप्टर लिखते जाओ, ठीक है? That is the thing. Avoid full length mock. Are you getting my point? वहाँ पे point लिखा है. Avoid the full length mock now. Don't go for the mock test at the last moment. Don't. Focus on strengthening the accuracy and speed. Now you don't have to do the time management at that moment. You have to only focus on the strengthening accuracy and speed. What are the concepts you know? Just revise thoroughly. What are the weak areas? Whatever you know up till now, just do it and enough. More than enough. You are not solving the mock test. Are you getting my point, students? Tejas, Bhakti, Jadish, are you getting my points? Why I'm talking about, I'm stressing on this point.
Yes,
Lastly,
Yes,
yes,
sir.
you,
getting
yes,
it.
yes. Lastly, you don't have to go for mock. Many students perform these mistakes, demotivate हो जाते हैं and फिर से stress में आ जाते हैं कि अरे इतना last moment है, मुझे ये नहीं आ रहा. We don't have to go for it. Accept the things. Okay? Avoid the full mock test at the last moment. And अगर if you're doing it, then you are taking the risk, right? It's fine. It's up to you, but don't get stress under that. Now, the day one, एक ही दिन बचा है. What should I do in this case? Do not study the new topics. It will create a panic. Try to understand that. Don't talk to your friends regarding this because they will talk something else topic. You're getting confused here. Don't. Revise only short notes, formulas, and NCERT. And now, very important, sleep early, at least 7 to 8 hours. Don't get like sleep for 4 hours or 3 hours. Don't do that. It will be a problematic for you guys. आपने देखा रहेगा ना आप जब भी whenever you go for the board exam or something like pre mocks and something, if you're not sleeping properly, you're not getting proper answers, right? Because you're not focused. You're not understanding what is given in that question. You're not trying to analyze it. So you should be stay focused and prepare exam essential like admit card, ID proof, whatever is important, essentials are there. You should do that. Stay calm and positive, and confidence is the key over here in the last week. Are you getting my point? What I'm trying to convey? Yes, everyone. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and exam day strategy. Now, chalo, one day is done. Now, last exam day strategy. What's that? Wake up early, have a light breakfast. That is very important. Okay, light breakfast should be there. Reach center 2 hours before to avoid the last minute stress because some documentation and one more thing. You know what? Last time what happened to the NEET centers? You are aware about that, right? From that incident, there will be the more and more rules and regulations are there. So you should be updated with that and you should be thoroughly understand what is should be needed and what is not needed. Follow the time management. First 40 minutes go for biology, fast, accurate. क्योंकि already हमने bio पढ़ा है, right? So you should go first 40 minutes for that. Then next 50 minutes chemistry, moderate speed रखना है because इसको understand करना है. Bio theory based question है तो हम कर सकते हैं fast because bio का बहुत practice किया हमने, right? Then go for the next 50 minutes chemistry, moderate speed रखना. कैसे रखना? मॉडरेट स्पीड रखना है. यही तो टाइम मैनेजमेंट में सीखा था, राइट? ये जो मतलब मंथ में हम जो कर रहे थे प्रैक्टिस, दैट वी वांट इन दिस पॉइंट. एंड लास्ट 60 मिनट्स फिजिक्स केयरफुली विद द न्यूमेरिकल्स. दैट इज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. सी, अगर आप बायो में फास्ट एंड एक्यूरेट रहेंगे ना, अगर बायो बहुत थरोली करो तो आपको टाइम देना पड़ेगा केमिस्ट्री और फिजिक्स में. यू कैन गिव इट. अगर ऑर्गेनिक केमिस्ट्री एंड इनऑर्गेनिक बहुत अच्छे से किया है तो यू कैन गिव द टाइम एक्चुअली द फिजिक्स बिकॉज फिजिक्स में आपका क्या हो रहा था, न्यूमेरिकल सॉल्व करने में ही थोड़ा सा टाइम लग रहा था, राइट? यस और नो? तो वो कैसे आप करोगे ये मैनेज करके, दैट इज ओएमआर शीट हम जो बोले ना फुल लेंथ करना है, वो प्रैक्टिस यहाँ पे काम है. एंड डोंट गेट स्टक ऑन टफ क्वेश्चंस. इफ यू नॉट एबल टू आंसर इट, जस्ट मूव अहेड एंड कम बैक लेटर. बिकॉज़ बैक ऑफ द माइंड वो चलते रहेगा. गेटिंग माय पॉइंट? Stay calm, stay focused, and believe in yourself. That is very, 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 very important. So last week is about the smart revision. Again, I'm repeating this golden words. Last week is about the smart revision and the mental strength. Don't go for the revision with the new topics. It's a mental strength. Yes, you can do it. Yes, I can do it. Yes, we actually doing it, right? So make sure you're doing that positive vibes and go give your best and score. Yes, that's your dream, right? Yes. So this all webinar is all about actually the stress management. Okay, don't you think so? See, whatever you're doing right now, this now you have a time. Now the question was, sir, हमारा तो board exam भी है, how to manage it? I told you. बोर्ड एग्जाम में आप जो पढ़ रहे हो थरोली पढ़ना, वही चीज उसके अगर टाइम मिले मतलब थोड़ा सा 1 hour और 2 hour, you can solve the MCQs. Your ultimate is this, right? So obviously you're giving 100% to board, definitely, but make sure during the doing board practice definitely you're going for the NEET as well. Try to understand that. That is the time management for you. Okay, students, so I hope this seminar or webinar this will be useful to you to guide in a good direction. Yes, can I conclude that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay, okay. Thank you for paying attention, everyone. And I really understand the things. And again, I'm saying whatever the resources you're using right now for any subject, stick to that. If you're using XYZ particularly, stick to that. Don't go for the other another things right now. Whatever is there, thoroughly do it. Okay. Now there is no question to change the resources what you're using right. Yes, this point is very much clear to you. Okay, okay. Thank you. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much. Okay, and all the best for your NEET exams. Okay. Yes. Stay motivated, stay calm, and be confident. Okay. That's the mantra of this. Okay. Sure. Bye bye. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Thank you so much.